YouTube, this is Mona and welcome back to Butterfliez Home and Garden. I am so excited to come on with you today to do another update with you on my Overwinter indoor garden experiment. What you're looking at here with these two pots, in my last video, these were the ghost peppers that I transferred from the solo cups that were in the Jiffy pellets to the solo cup, now to these two containers. And as you can see, they have just really taken off. I am probably going to transplant, well, this one right here, I may just leave it in this pot. We'll kind of see how that goes as we move ahead. This right here, I will, maybe by the end of this week. Today is Monday, the 17th of December, I want to say. Yeah, I think. So probably, by the end of this week, I'll probably transplant these three out of this container. So let me go in the other room and show you the other grow rack. So I will be back in a minute. And I got my two little poochies. Say hello. Say hello. Hello.
Say hello. Say hello.
Hi. I'm video recording you guys. You are so cute. Those are my two little poochies. Alright, let's get to the next grow rack. Alright guys, here's the other grow rack. And as you can see, things are progressing just beautifully. Over here on the left is the dwarf sugar snap pea. And as you can see on here, we're getting a lot of peas that are starting to come in. And they are so good. I mean, just really sweet and crisp. This is the ghost pepper, the Carolina Reaper. And you can tell, I mean, it's just doing really good. I am just amazed on how things grow. Up here, this is the update on the lettuce. And honestly, I have eaten some leaves off of this and oh my goodness, it is so good. So, and on top here, I know in the last video I said I was going to be taking some of these to a friend. I still am. I just got really busy. So I am going to be transferring a lot of these over to another container, and it'll probably be, you know, like the white tubs. And I just picked these up at Lowe's. Just really inexpensive wash tubs. I think these were like $3 each. So, you know, it's better than, you know, getting pots. I mean, I had pots, like I had those pots and other pots that I still have out in the sheds. But I figured I don't feel like going and crawling and digging through the sheds right now. It's cold outside. So, I was in Lowe's one day and saw the white wash tubs and I was like, drill some holes in the bottom. There you go. So, and as you can see, the pink lemonade blueberry bush is doing really well. I would be surprised to see any berries growing on those indoors this winter, but you never know, you know, so we'll just have to wait and see. All right, guys, I will be back in a minute. I'm going to show you the layout of what I've got together so far of the 2019 garden. So I will be back in a moment. Okay guys, I'm back. Before I get into showing you the layout and the plans for Butterfliez 2019 garden, I did want to take a moment and kind of go over, I got catalogs in. I am so happy. I mean, just so happy to see catalogs. Benjamin is, he's happy, but it's like, okay, yeah, how many more seats are you about to buy now? Gardeners, you know, we always say, I'm not buying any more seeds. I'm going to utilize what I have, save each year from the garden. It doesn't work out that way, and we all know that. So I have actually a new place that I just ordered seeds from. I haven't gotten them yet, and it's called the Natural Gardening Company. So I've never heard of this place before, but as gardeners, we all know you get so many catalogs from different places, even places that you have never ordered seeds from. So I do want to order some seeds, a few seeds from their company. And they, you know, have a lot of different varieties of, you know, seed potatoes and pumpkins. And so I'm just going to thumb through this. I've already started jotting down some seeds that I want to purchase from them. And, you know, see how their seeds are and how well they germinate and all of that good stuff. The other place I have ordered from this company quite a bit, which is So True Seed. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. And I have never had a problem from day one with buying seeds from them and having germination issues. Everything is always germinated. So I have a bunch from there. And then, of course, everyone that is a gardener knows Baker Creek. I've actually had my catalog from Baker Creek for a while now. Again, just busy and didn't add it in my last couple of videos. So, I have ordered some from them this year. I mean, they have a lot of, you know, just a little bit of everything and very unique things. I mean, like, look at this. This is a, I don't want to butcher this name, so I'm going to say it the way I think that it is. A Reese tomato. It's M-A-T-E, so I don't know if that's supposed to be tomato. I'm going to say tomato. But check this thing out. I mean, really. This right here. I hope that focuses really, really good. Isn't that just the freakiest, creepiest looking tomato? But I had to get it because of that, you know? I'm like, wow. It looks like just clusters and clusters of, you know, tomatoes that just jumped on top of one each other and did a little mosh pit. I mean, so I am very, very excited to get that seed and grow it in 2019's garden. But Baker Creek, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. They're the way to go. And of course, I have my online places that I go. And actually, now this right here is my steno pad that is going to be used for my 2019 garden and hopefully the ones in the days ahead as well. Again, I started this something like this last year and just did not keep up with it. I mean, the summer, the way that our weather went, I mean, it literally went from it's winter, 2 days of spring, and then boom, it's summer and 90 degrees days for the whole summer up through October. So yeah, I didn't have a chance to kind of stay on top of doing these kind of things. I'm going to move the camera down so that way you can kind of see as I'm talking. So bear with me with my hand. A little more, and then let's just zoom in just a wee bit. Maybe good. They're good. Okay. This is just a regular steno pad that I purchased at Sam's Club. It's their Members Mart. And I think it's going to work the best for me. Now, I will say on this page, which is the cover page, I hope that's coming in clear, but these are what you see right here. Let me bring it down. These are all of the seed companies where I have purchased seeds at. And I like to keep a log of where I get my seeds at. Just for myself, you know. Let me move this back just a little bit more. And as you can see right here, what I've done is wrote down everything, in every seed that I know that I do want to plant in my 2019 garden. So bring it a little close and kind of just move it up. And I'm hoping that it all works out, that I continue to stay on top of doing this for the rest of the summer. And this is the other page. So the way that they're categorized is on this first page. Let me move you out some more. Okay. Let me move you up a little bit. I feel like I'm, yeah. If you notice, I have for each side over here, this side, this column right here is for what I'm going to be growing in my raised beds. Over here is what I'm going to be growing in containers. And on both of these columns, there are things that I'm also going to be growing on a trellis. And I'll show you in a moment when I get to the layout of 2019's garden, where the trellises are going to be, because that's something that we are expanding for the 2019 growing season, which is adding trellises to be able to grow more of the things. Benjamin wanted to expand the garden a whole lot more, and I'm like, okay, I'm not ready for that yet. So we're going to see how this works out, and may possibly still even expand on a little bit more. But also at the top of each one of these, like I said, you will see there's trellis up there. I'm not sure all the way on which ones I'm going to be trellising. I know I want to be doing a trellis with the cow panels for my pole beans, and a couple of different varieties of beans, some cucumbers, not sure what else after that. So that is what's growing on. And this is what's growing on in Butterfliez garden for the 2019 season. I am so excited. You know, any gardener knows, I mean, and I do not consider myself a avid gardener or know-it-all when it comes to gardening. I am a beginner and enjoying every step of the way of this journey. But, you know, as a gardener, every gardener knows that you are itching, especially like if you're like me, that you live in a cold climate and have cold winters. Can't get out there and do anything. So having the experiments indoors, it definitely kind of takes that itch away of, you know, not being able to get outside and, you know, do any gardening or anything like that. So now let's get to this. And what this is, hold on one second, guys. I need to take a drink of water. What this is the layout for Butterfliez 2019 garden. And the first thing that I did was just kind of sat down and with a pencil, just kind of, I hope you can see this, just drew everything out with a pencil and kind of lay it out the way that I want to. I only added a couple of more things on here, which is, if you look right here on this side, this is the right side of our fence, and I added some raised beds right here, and I'm going to probably add about 4 total on that side of the yard. and that is where I'm going to plant a lot of the melons that I'm going to grow from either watermelon, cantaloupes, honeydew, whatever the case may be. So then I just took that one, made a copy of it. So that, and then just kind of went back through it with a Sharpie and yeah, just wrote everything out. So let me do this. Let me kind of bring you guys in a little close and kind of discuss this. Being back in a moment. All right, guys, I'm back. Hope the angle on this is okay. But what I did was I just traced everything from the pencil sheet in black Sharpie. And over here, if you look, this is the side right fence. This is where I'm going to be adding melon beds and some grow bags with different things. Let me go in a little bit closer so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is in front of the first shed. All along here are going to be more beds and grow bags. As you see right here, right next to the shed is where I already planted some seed potatoes. So that's going to be the potato patch. And then I'm going to have throughout the garden potatoes in containers as well as grow bags. Right here is the compost tumbler. And this past summer was the first time I ever used a compost tumbler, was when I purchased this. And it looks really good. I mean, things really broke down in there very, very well. I wasn't sure if I did it correctly with the browns and the greens, but it looks good. It looks really good. So as you see right in front of here, let me zoom out just a little bit to get all of the raised beds in here. We have right here, and this is zone 3, and you'll see when I'm done, I'll show you the different zones. And I have it zoned that way for the watering system that I use. So there's 3 different zones throughout the whole garden. And then the other side of the garden, where the containers are at, it has its own zone over there, but I'll show you that. Now, you see right here, at the back of 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the areas where we're going to put trellises. And they'll kind of just hoop over from one raised bed to the other. And just to kind of expand the growing areas to be able to grow more vegetables. And then you'll see right here, at the back of some of these raised beds are grow bags that we'll be planting either tomatoes, or like last year, this past season, we did tomatoes and peppers in those particular grow bags at the end of those aisles, or not aisles, raised beds. If you come all the way over here to the other side of the fence, this is a 2x4 grow box, I guess is what you want to call it. It's on legs. And I have 2 of these in the garden. So not sure what we're going to put in those yet. I'm not really sure. I just kind of, from the steno pad you saw, I just kind of have everything written out on what I know we want to grow for the 2019 growing season. The next thing I'm going to be doing with this whole thing is getting another one, a copy of it, and just writing out what I'm going to plant in each one of these areas. Okay, so if we move right here off to the side of the patio, because here's the patio right here. So on the left side of the patio, I have a 3x4 raised bed here and a 2x3 raised bed right here. Now in this 2x3 raised bed, there's already garlic. That is overwintering in that particular bed. Like last year, I'm going to have containers right here on this side of the patio door. And if you come over here, it's another grow box like this one over there. And right in front of that is a 3-tier raised bed. And there's already in this grow box, there's already garlic planted in that. Here's the gate for the right side of the yard. And as I was telling you earlier, with the zones, right here, as you can see, is zone 1. And with zone 1 watering system, that waters through the 3-tier in the grow box that's right here. If you come down here, you got zone 2. In zone 2, it's going to water all of this, all the way around the patio. And zone 3 right here is for the yard. And I will probably split off on either zone 2 or zone 3 watering system to connect it into the raised beds that are going to be on this side of the yard. This is the second gate in the yard, and there's actually, I didn't draw that, the side of the house has an area of yard space, and that's where the veggie pot is, and trying to figure out what I want to grow over there. That side of the yard, it gets half of shade, half of sun. So I'm not sure exactly what I want to grow over there. So that's why I didn't put it over there. I just stopped it at the gate that's on this side of the yard. The gate that's over here, there's next to the house right in this area, it's another little half shed right there that I keep garden supplies in. This side of the yard, our yard slopes, going from the patio, right here at the patio, all the way to the back of the yard. This side of the yard, though, it slopes off to the side. And it just makes it difficult to really plant anything over there. So I kind of keep supplies over there. On this side right here is where I keep the dirt bin. And then there's a rain barrel catcher. But this whole area, I wish it was something that I could use more of. But the slope is just too much on my knees. It really, really kicks my arthritis up in my knees. So I really don't do much over there. As you can see why there's all of that space left. So that is pretty much it, guys. I am just, like I said before in other videos, I am just so excited. I cannot wait for it to get spring and summer and to get out there and you know, get my hands in the dirt and start planting everything and then harvesting everything and then canning everything and then freezing some things and then doing it all over again. Wash, rinse, repeat. So I just wanted to come on and share this with you. And thank you, Letitia over at Bear Fruit Gardening. Thank you for the motivation by seeing you do yours the other day. And I'm going to definitely try my best to just keep up with this. It definitely, you know, it helps me to stay organized. I mean, last year I just felt like just really overwhelmed at time with gardening, outside of dealing with the extreme heat. But just, you know, and then battling those Japanese beetles, which I'm ready for them things next year. Oh, yeah. I just, you know, doing all of this and keeping up with everything, it just kind of got past me. So I really want to be disciplined and, you know, following through this year with keeping all of this organized and updating things in my steno pad. And so that way, you know, each growing season, I can look back at the previous season and, you know, see things that I need to do differently or what I need to add in or take away. So again, Letitia, thank you. And by the way, I loved your video I watched today on the wood chips that you got delivered. That looks awesome. You were hilarious, though, about letting it run through your fingers. You guys got to go check that video out. Anyways, guys, as always, be blessed, and I will catch you on the next video. Take care.